Hello, everyone. I'm Dee Dee Hilke, and we're in the second section of the Young Family Forum, and we're just about almost halfway through. Almost halfway through. Today, we are going to have we're going to have the first of two sessions on cloud hands, and we're also going to basically practice and review everything we know. And I thought we would begin today by practicing literally everything we know, because it's been a long time since we did that. So what I would really, really like to do, so some of you may go, oh no, wait a minute, I don't know if I even remember the first section because we haven't done it in a while. But so this is your pop quiz, right? I will call it out, but hopefully you've been spending some time doing that. And we're getting far enough along that you can feel like, you're almost halfway through the second section. So, you've really got a lot. So it's really nice to do more of it more often. So, or every once in a while. Yeah. So I see some thumbs up. Sounds good. So let's get started. Oh, over here. I'm so used to starting second section. All right. Let's get into prepare. And we're going to begin with the first section of the Young Family long form. Opening. Left ward off. Right ward off. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Raise hands and step forward. White crane spreads its wings. Left brush knee and push. Hand strums the lute. Left brush knee and push. Right brush knee and push. Left brush knee and push. Hand strums the lute. Left brush knee and push. Step up, parry, block, and punch. A parent closing up. Cross hands. Second section. Embrace tiger. Return to mountain. roll back, press, push, fist under elbow, repulse monkey, 1, 2, 3, diagonal flying, raise hands and step forward. White crane spreads its wings. Left brush knee and push. Needle to see bottom. Fan through back. Turn body. Chop with fist. I'm going to adjust my position. Parry, block, and punch. Chengfu, transition to grasp the bird's tail. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. All right. How's it feel? I wish we had time to go through it all twice because it always feels better the second time. For me too. So I wish we did. So how are we doing on those, the end of that sequence? How are you feeling about the transition to parry, block, and punch, and then the transition to grasp the bird's tail? We've been working a lot on those. You can put fingers up. How about that? A 5 is I've got this down. A 1 is you're talking about what? Like you don't even know what it is, right? Like, and somewhere like where are you on that, right? I see a 3. I see 4 with another finger moving, like, oh, it's going. Oh, I see a 3.5 maybe. Hey, well done, well done. All right, sounds good. Sounds good. Do we have any questions about those moves?
I think last week we went over again. It's a transition from curry block and punch, a punch to grasp a bird's tail. I just forgot what we did last week.
Sure. Yeah. Well, let's go through that again. So let's go through it from here. I'm gonna get a little closer to you here so that we can, and maybe I'll move back a little bit. There we go. So we're at parry, block, and punch. So let's just do it once. And I think you can look over your left shoulder, and probably if you're doing it sort of shoulder to shoulder with me, I know it won't be quite convenient. So we're going to just come back and nothing happens. Then that left foot goes out, both arms rotate. If we stopped right here, your left elbow is over your left knee. You're warding off. You're connecting with somebody, and you're going to move that weight a little forward. As you do, your right hand moves a little further on that same sort of diagonal direction, and you are grabbing, pulling. You're in this position, interestingly, and close, step into right ward off. So, yeah, so let's do it from this position too. So parry, block, and punch, left bow step, right arm punching out from your shoulder. And you just shift back halfway, maybe not even halfway, far enough that your left foot can pivot. Now, left foot pivots, right arm and left arm both rotate. Then you're moving your weight a little forward. Can you see that? Move my weight a little forward. Then grab, pull with the left hand, open the right, close, step out for a bow stance. So you come into neutral and then out for that bow stance and finish your right ward off. And we'll do it one more time from this direction. And shifting back part way, and then the rotations and this and the pivot. Your weight's a little forward. There's more weight on that left foot. Grab, pull, close, step, right ward off.
Makes perfect sense.
All right, good. It all comes back, doesn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. All right, so so last week at the very end of class, are we ready to move on? Maybe. Yes. Cloud hands. Okay, last week at the end of, I'm not going to show you the whole movement yet, but last week at the end of cloud hands, did anyone try this little thing we did? Anyone remember that? Yeah, making circles. So I thought we'd try that. I'm going to take this off for a second. So put a hand up here and a hand up here, right? So high five me with your left hand. There you go. And then high five me with your right hand. There you go. So that we're mirroring each other. If I'm really close, I think that works because you can actually think about it. So, right. I mean, whatever works for you, just so you have that sense of it. So this is your left hand right here. This is your left hand, right? So we're going to make little fingers. And I just want you to make a little circle that goes from the top outside and up in the center. And then I want you to make a little circle that goes to the outside and up to the center. And then I want you to try I mean, some people can do this really easily. So what you're doing is you're making, I'm sorry, it's like this, right? So they both come up in the center and out, up in the center and out, and they're halfway apart. Okay? Yeah, wow. Very good. And some people can do it. It's like just a little thing you did as a kid to go, woo, to hit somebody, right? So what I want you to do now is I want you to make them just bigger, and you're painting with your finger. And I want you to notice something. They kind of go, everything goes this way for a little bit, and then one goes up and one goes down. if we made it a square, right? Isn't that interesting? One goes up in one end in the air. If isn't that interesting? Yeah. Anyway, now round it off. Just try keeping your brain doing weird stuff. Now, see if you can make it natural and just kind of open your hands a little bit. Because this is the kind of thing we're doing. It's going to be different, but you're going to be doing that kind of thing. So I'm going to show you what we're doing. It's not going to be exactly the same, but you are going to come up in the middle. And then you're actually going to connect and grab, pull. You're going to pull out. And then you're going to let this arm drop and come up. And you're going to do it with both arms. So we're going to go all into this so that you can practice them together, right? It's a little different. I want to show you the whole thing and then what we're going to do today. So I'm going to put this back on so that you know what my right hand is. So this is a lot like the other sequences you've done, right? When you did, you had to get in and out of a sequence of moves, and there was a beginning and an ending, and what you did in the middle, like repulse monkey or brush knees. So we're going to start from one of our favorites, single whip. And we're going to get into cloud hands, and we're going to shift back and turn. And then here comes with that left hand, a first grab pull. And then see the inside arm comes up. Watch this inside arm. It comes up, it rotates, grab, pull, and pulls down a little. This is number 2. Notice that I'm stepping to the left, or whenever I reach the side, there's a step. When you're finishing the third, you turn to the corner. And you end up in single whip. So that's where we are today. So I want to start by just doing that middle part. So we're going to learn how the arms move, and then we're going to learn how we step. Because you can also do this as an exercise. You can do it in one direction, come to the end, go back, do it in another direction, and I can give you a way you can practice that with Mr. Young if you want. So on a YouTube video. So he made one during COVID because cloud hands are a very healthy exercise to do. So so let's go back and talk about these parts. So again, if you want, you can have this be your right arm, or if you don't, that's fine. But that's up to you. If you want to, if it works easier for you to look at me and do that, then that's fine. So let's just do one. So we're going to come up. And you see when I come up, it's just literally coming up. This part of me is not moving. You get that? It comes up. And then for right now, we're not going to turn our body, but there's a very important turn here. Then we're going to rotate our forearm because we've connected and we're grabbing and pulling. So when we rotate our forearm, it goes up a little bit, but not a whole lot. And then we're pulling, and look at this. We're going to open here so we can sort of pull down. And we've also opened here. Do you see that? Because when I started, I was way over here. You got that? So with your right hand, you're coming up, rotating, pulling. And then I like to hold this because it makes it easier. Don't let that elbow come up if you can. And then let your fingers go against the wall and turn back, back, back. And then it's coming up as a ward off. So this part moves a little bit, but not much. So just see if you can do that. Grab, pull. That elbow turn. And there you are. Let's do it with the other arm. Okay, so up it comes. Up it comes. Rotate, grab, pull, extend a little. Like you're pulling. You're pulling. Imagine you're pulling somebody. So your hand probably ends up like this rather than like this. This. And then you're gonna sort of rotate back and come up. Okay, so we'll do that one again. Yeah.
So just so that I can clear from the angle, when you're crossing down at the bottom like this, how far across your body are your fingertips right there?
We're going to be in a different position slightly. So for right now, just get the idea.
Okay.
Just get the idea of it doing it. And then we're going to be turning our upper body also. So that's good. And we're going to be shifting our weight. So we're going to come up, turn, pull, turn back, up, turn, pull, turn back. And here's the up part. Rotate, go in this direction. And then at this point, there's this here with the elbow. Now let me show you what happens if you don't do that with the elbow. You end up turning like this, and you see how it just sort of comes down like this. We don't want that. We want it to, you see, we want it to stay in the same plane. So if you see your hand going like this, then that isn't what we want. We want it to kind of just touch the wall and run your fingers down the wall as you turn. You know, just like run that pinky, I'm not the pinky, run this finger down the wall, your index finger, whatever you call it. Okay, so let's do it with the other arm. We're coming up, rotating, coming out, run the finger down the wall, turn back. That's that elbow turn. And up. Okay, and it's gonna end up here, but we're gonna turn. So for right now, your grab pull is kind of ending up out here, but you're gonna turn. So let's actually add a turn to it, just to make things problematic, right? So it's coming up, and you get to about here. Think of it as 11 o'clock or something, right? And then you're thinking about turning. And then it kind of turns in front of you as you turn towards the corner. And then as you're pretty much at the corner, your arm extends. You see how it extends? Nice, nice. Then you're gonna drop that. You're gonna turn it. Nice, nice. And as you do, you're starting to turn this way. So you turn back. And then it comes up and ward off. And it's actually going to be pointing towards the middle forearm of the other arm. Is what's going to happen. Okay. And then it's going to come up. You're turning back to center. And around. And then across. You're turning left now to the corner. And then turning back to center, right? Turning back center. I'm sorry, I was going up too high. Okay, your fingertips should never get higher than your eyes. Okay, so mine may look that way because I'm like looking at you and trying to see past my eyes and everything. So, and then pull this way. All right, let's do it with the other arm. The other arm, we're coming up and turn to the corner, pull. And then as your arm starts to drop, I call it drop, as you starts to keep the circle going down and turn, you're turning back. And then you keep turning and it's going to end up pointing towards the other arm. And then it comes back as it goes to do it all again. Grab, pull. So it takes a long time for this to feel comfortable. So we're just going to try it together. That is actually looking really good. I know that there's some of you for whom this is new. So take an arm, whatever arm works for you, and let's get another arm down here just so we can. And we're going to turn this way. Going to turn in the direction that the arms are going, right? So this one's coming across and up, and the other one is going down and pulling. Nice. And you can now see that you're pointing. So it's kind of like you could read your notes on your palm if you look down, but the fingers are pointing towards your middle forearm. So that's the position we've had before. Nice. Now we're going to start to turn back. As soon as we do, inside arm comes up, outside arm goes down and turns, and we're already turning, right? So we're here at this 11 o'clock and we've gone past center, grab, pull, and here we are pointing towards the middle forearm. Then the inside arm comes up, the outside arm goes down, circle, nice. Keep turning, inside arm goes up, outside arm is pulling. And outside arm is continuing down, inside arm is continuing up. You've reached center. Grab, pull. Inside arm up. Turn, grab, pull. So these turns go from corner to corner. I'm turning. If you're mirroring me right now, and my arms are moving to the right. And now I'm turning left. And once they get up, they're moving to the left, if you're mirroring me. Inside arm up, outside arm down. And this turn happens towards the center, the grab, pull. Just to make it a little more complicated, we're going to shift our weight in the direction we're turning. All our weight at this point is over on, if you're mirroring me, on the left side, on the side where your hands are. Inside arm goes up, outside arm goes down, and you're coming back to center in all sorts of ways. And grab, rotate, grab, pull, and you shift your weight. Do you see how my weight is shifted? And in turning back, shifting back, nice. All the way to the other side. So questions about these arms turning and shifting. If you can get even close, it's a lot. It takes a long time. All right. So I want to give you some idea of the footwork. So we're just going to do the footwork that would make us travel. We're not going to do anything about getting in and out of single whip. That's for next time. you need some time to practice this, right? And to work on it. So, but there's something we haven't done yet, right? We have moved a foot left or right for various reasons, but we've never traveled left or right. We've traveled forward, we've traveled back. We've turned our whole body in a different direction. However, we have never traveled, but you saw me traveling earlier. So how do we do that? How do we do that in our Tai Chi? All right, so let's practice that. So again, we'll just do it in both directions. So one of the things you do is you get all your weight on one foot. Okay, and you can mirror me or not, depending on what you want to do. And and then you raise your foot with the toe going last. Okay, and then you step out. How far do you step out? Well, you can step out as far as your toe if you want, but do keep in mind that we want you to end up in a parallel position. Some of you, if you're higher, will take a shorter step. Some of you, if you're really low, will take a longer step. It's all up to you. Then you come back to center and you move your weight over here. When the weight gets over here, you can pick your foot up, put it down, toe, ball, heel, shift back, heel, ball, toe, we're getting it up. Stand on that one leg, put your leg out. And get a sense, if you can see yourself like on the TV somewhere, are you doing like a crab walk like this? Or are you able to keep them parallel? It may be easier for you if you think, Master Yang says, if you want, think about when you go out, kind of putting it down on the inside edge. And that may make you find what the right sort of perpendicular is. So it's not really so hard, so we can do it a little faster. And now we're going to shift back and go back the other way. If you're mirroring me, which most of you are, then, so it's shoulder width here, and then it's more than shoulder width, whatever is comfortable for you. And we don't want to do this, right? We want to keep the same height, and I think you are all doing a fabulous job of that. Okay. And again, you want ultimately to have that whole foot on the ground. You're putting it down, you're shifting your weight. At this point, your weight is all here. And then what's actually going to happen here? You're going to turn. You're going to be turning as you bring this in, and then turning back. Turning, and when you get to the corner, you're going to be putting that foot out and then turning back to neutral and turning again. So that's part of how it works, and practicing any and all of these is really good. Any questions about the footwork? Yeah, Berlin.
Do you want your foot completely empty before you pick it up? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it has to, otherwise you fall over. But I mean, do you want before you move, before you peel up any of that heel at all? Do you need to be
No, right. You don't really good question, Erlyn. So almost all the time when we're shifting our weight, we hold on with some part of our foot for a while. And it's only when it's totally shifted that we let the rest of it come up. But we let it peel off the floor. So if I were doing a brush knee, right? If I'm doing brush knee, watch my right foot peel up. Do you see that? Peel up, peel up. Now my weight is all the way over. Right? So peel them off the floor and put it back. And that's just true in general. And it's an appropriate question for this point in the whole thing. So good. Wow. Congratulations on that. Sounds good. All right. So we're going to try this in bits and pieces. One of the ways we're going to try it is just in various directions. So I'm going to suggest that you mirror me again, if you can. So this is your left hand. This is your left hand, right? And we're just going to start like this. Nice body. There you go. There you go. Congratulations if it was hard to do because you're learning right and left when you see it. Okay, so we're going to turn. And as we turn, remember, we're going to shift our weight. See, and the inside arm comes up. Inside arm comes up until we're here. Actually, we'd be stepping in at this point, but we're going to, I'm just going to do it this way. And we're not going to step right now. Now, inside arm comes up, outside arm goes down, and we're turning back. Turn to center and finish that grab, pull. Your weight is fully on your left foot. Step out and weight shifting to center. Grab, pull. Keep that turn going. When your hands get here, you bring the other foot in. Turn back to the other corner and shift back onto the other foot as your outside hand drops and turns and your inside hand comes up and grabs and pulls. Now we're all the way at the other corner. We're stepping out and inside arm comes up, grab, pulls, and you step in at the side. Nice. And shifting back, turning the other way, grab, pull with the upper arm. Now, how about we just stay here for a second? And we're going to shift our weight onto the right foot and step out to the right. And now corner to corner. Step in. I'm sorry, step out to the left. It was your left. Step in with your right foot, then turning to the other corner, stepping out with your left foot. Stepping in with your right foot. stepping out with your left foot, in with your right foot. And then let's just come back to center. I'm very impressed. Those of you who haven't done this before, I'm very impressed. I know that some of you have. You've done it. You've probably done it a long time. So I want to point some things out. I've pointed a few things out, but just because they may be helpful, they may not. The most important thing when you're learning this is to just get close, to just sketch it, to not worry and let some piece of it feel kind of normal. Oh, I'm pulling off this way. Oh, I'm pulling off this way. Oh, I'm pulling off this way and turning. It's just like, how does that feel? So it's a good thing. I want you to see that what we're not doing, and I don't think anyone is doing this, all right? I just want to make sure. What we're not doing is this for a long time, way up here, so it's vertical. Actually, if you watch me do it, if you watch me, let's see, I have to go this way. If you watch me do it, do you see how my arm, it's hard to see because I'm turning. If I didn't turn, this grab pull would look like this. You see, I would look almost diagonal until I'm getting way out here, right? It's not like I come way up here and turn. It's like zoom across. So it is kind of like a rounded off square in the end. I just wanted to point that out because what you're doing is you're connecting with somebody. You're connecting and grabbing and pulling. So if you think about that, then it'll all be in the right place. So let's actually try it where we can all have the same hands. It may be a little harder to see. You're only going to be able to see it half the time, but that's all right because your goal here is to learn it, right? So I want you to put your right arm at the end of a grab pull, your weight on your right foot, and your left arm is ready to really ward off, and it's pointing towards your right arm, and you're turned to the corner and you're going to step out. So you're stepping. So I've stepped out here. And if you can just look over your right shoulder, you probably can see me. Nice, looks nice. And right hand goes down, left hand goes up, and we're turning back to center. Grab, pull, weight gets all the way on the other side. We lift up that foot, keep our arms moving, and they're at the side. Then you've brought that foot in. Now you're turning and going to the right. When you get to that point where you can step to the left because all your weight is to the right and you were to the corner, you should see, it looks good, folks. Your arm should feel, you're turned enough to the corner that your right arm should feel like it's straight towards your wall or towards the screen. We're coming back and over. Right arm up, grab, pull, left arm to the right side. As we shift to the left, right arm up, both arms going to the left, turning to the left. We get to this towards the side, we step in. Just keep going in that direction. Finish your last one and come back to center. That looks really good. I'm blown away by those of you who are doing it for the first time. Let's try doing it again, moving to our left, because that's the way it's done in the form. So we're going to move to our left. And so this time you'll be able to see the other arm better. That's my hope. Okay. So you want your weight on your right foot. You're finishing your grab pull with your right hand. Your left hand is pointing towards your middle forearm, and your chest is turned towards the corner, right? And you step out. And now you're turning to the left, dropping your right arm, coming back to center, and grab pulling as you finish shifting your weight and finish that turn to the corner. Your eyes are following the left, have followed the left hand. You step in, you finish the step in at the moment that your fingers, that both hands are on that on the left side. And turning back, dropping the left arm, bringing the right arm up, grab, pull, turn all the way to the corner and shift your weight, step. And inside arm comes up. You're at the center. Grab, pull, bring your right foot in. Inside arm up. Grab, pull, step. Inside arm up. Grab, pull, step. And see if you can keep it going. And come back to neutral. Stop at neutral at some point. So I want to point out some things that folks are doing that I see that are really lovely. So even those of you who are new, I'm seeing these really nice body shapes. So I'm not seeing anybody doing it like this, right? And I'm not seeing anybody do it like floppy hands or anything. You've got these lovely arcing arms, and that's what you want. These lovely, I call them, I don't think we ever did this in here. Oh my gosh, when I do a basics class, do this with me for just a moment. Do this with me. Take your right arm or whatever, and just don't worry, it doesn't have to look, or your left arm, let a butterfly land on it. Now do your cloud hands. Keep the butterfly there. Don't bother the butterfly. just do your cloud hands with that arm. And that's what I saw in some of you, is this nice integrated feeling of your body shape and your arm all the way out to the fingertips. That's what you want. So I'm celebrating that because there was a lot of that going on, even from those of you who are really new. So I celebrate that. And there is also, when you do this, I was also seeing this. I was seeing that people were staying in the plane. So I didn't see this happening. Do you see that? I didn't see any of this. I didn't see anything like that. I saw people pretty much staying in that kind of body shaped plane. Do you know what I mean? And yes, over here, you're turned to the corner. So, you know, it gets out in front of you, right? But you're not coming out, and that's very good. So well done. I'm again, this is something that takes a long time for folks to get lots of moving pieces in the whole thing. So we have a little bit of time left. I think we don't have time to do everything we know, but we have time to do the second section and go all the way to the end. Well, we'll get into cloud hands. You'll follow my call. And don't worry if you can't get out of cloud hands, but we'll do the whole thing. And then they'll get an introduction to the next times. So let's get in our second section, prepare and cross hands. Embrace mountain. Embrace, sorry.
You return to mountain.
Thank you very much, Mark. Right, thank you. Embrace tiger, return to mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Fist under elbow. Repulse monkey. 1, 2, 3. Diagonal flying. Raise hands and step forward. White crane spreads its wings. Left brush knee and push. Needle to sea bottom. Fan through back. Turn body. Chop with fist. Step up, parry, block, and punch. Step up and grasp the bird's tail. right, ward off. Roll back. And push. Single whip. Cloud hands. Shift to center and then pivot on your left foot as you turn to the right. Left arm swings. Then grab, pull with the left hand as you shift your weight and turn to the corner. Turning left, bringing your right arm down, step in. You're ready to begin. Inside arm up, outside arm falling, turning to the right, step, inside arm up, outside arm across the bottom, turning left, inside arm up, step, outside, inside arm up, grab, pull. I don't know how many we've done. We'll assume this has been 3. I should have counted. And you're going to let your foot come in just a little and turn. Inside arm up, outside arm, just like you've been doing. But when you get near to where you can think about single whip, make a hook. And finish single whip. Look at that. You're all in single whip. Congratulations. All right. Any last minute questions? All right. So we will, don't worry, we'll be reviewing all of this next week and going on to the transitions in and out so that you can really have an opportunity to get this down. So, and we'll also see if we can do everything we know at the same time, because that will be nice to do. All right, let's finish class then. Thank you, everyone.